How's it going, guys? We are back with another video here. In this video, we'll be ranking the Week 1 MSPs for the Sharpshooters event. So make sure you guys leave a like, subscribe if you have not already, and let's hop into the video right now. Starting off first, guys, we have Seth Jarvis. All right, so at 5'10", 175 pounds, he's a right-handed winger. All these cards are wingers. A little bit surprising they don't have a center here. So he's got sniper forward and pinpoint shooting boost here, and of course, those synergies really do not do anything for these in particular cards because guess what, guys? Jarvis has 99 on all of his shooting stats. Now, something to keep in mind about these cards as well, as I mentioned in my event video, he has Ankle Breaker Silver Edition, and he also has Goal Close Quarters. However, Goal Close Quarters, guys, is free AP. So all of these MSP cards have free gold abilities there. So that's actually pretty interesting and pretty important to know. And what I will say is that I think is pretty underrated about this card, though. Even though I'm putting it at number 5, I really like Goal Close Quarters. I do. I know at 5'10", 175, you don't love that height and that size, but I really like Goal Close Quarters, and I think it's a really nice ability to have free. I really do. 92 speed, 92 acceleration. He's a pretty good skater here. I mean, that's not bad at all, I'd say. His hands are, in a pretty good spot there as well. 95, 93, 95, 95, and 95. Not really going to be anything special checking-wise, but that's okay. But I like Jarvis. I mean, I know I put him at number 5, but I think there's some pretty nice things about this card. Number 4, guys, we have Vince Dunn here, all right? So the reason why I'm putting Dunn ahead of Jarvis is because green one-timers from the point are absolutely deadly, and he has gold Seeing Eye as his free ability. So, am I going to be like, hey, activate Seeing Eye, and if it costs you AP, probably not. I'd probably not recommend you guys activating that. However, what I will say is with a max out shot, 99 across the board, that is kind of intriguing, all right? Now, as I mentioned, the shooting synergies, they don't affect this card because, I mean, every single stat on his shooting is 99 overall here. 93 speed and 93 acceleration is his skating, and I really like his silver ability, which is Silver Elite Edges. So, really nice combo there of his abilities, and like I said, if you're going to make one free, I guess probably Seeing Eye it's fine, right? So that's important right there. His buy checking is fine, 87 buy checking, but you gotta think about it like this, guys. It's a sharpshooting event, right? So typically you gotta think the defensemen they're gonna have here are gonna be OFDs, and obviously OFDs are not gonna have the best defensive stats. So you gotta kind of just live with that and expect that. But from a pure offensive standpoint, Vince Dunn, solid card, but not quite as good as some of the other cards, I think. Number 3 is Kyle Connor, who I can't believe got healthy scratched in the championship game against Canada. I don't understand that still. 6'1", 183 with sniper forward and pinpoint shooting boost. As I mentioned, synergies, they don't matter. He has puck on a string here, and he also has gold Schneip. So the free ability is gold Schneip, and I don't think Schneip's amazing, but I don't think it's terrible either. He has 93 speed and 93 acceleration. Of course, the maxed out shot, 99 across the board. Hands are very similar to Jarvis. I would say this Kyle Connor card is honestly very similar to Jarvis, but of course he is bigger than the Jarvis card. Jarvis is 5'10", Kyle Connor's 6'1", so that's really the only difference, I'd say. Obviously, Kyle Connor's a left-handed winger as well. Jarvis is a right-handed winger, but the size to me is the only thing I can really say that, really makes me feel like Kyle Connor is a significantly better card. So I do like Kyle Connor's card. I've heard some really good things about his card, how he plays already. So to me, he's a guy that I think is certainly worth being in the top 3 for this week. Number 2, guys, is Evan Bouchard at 6'3", 192 pounds with offensive defenseman and pinpoint shooting boost. I've mentioned it every card. The synergies do not matter. He's got silver shutdown, and his free ability is gold Thunderclap here, all right? So, 92 speed, 92 excel. I mean, I think that's pretty good on a 6'3" defender. I think that's pretty solid. The shot is unreal, max out, of course. And as I mentioned, DDD one-timers is, they're pretty good. I think you guys kind of know that by now. His checking stats, not what you really want to see on a defenseman, only 88 body checking, but he does have silver shutdown, so at least he has that defensive ability there. That is something that you can feel like, okay, like that's something to be kind of happy about. And I think Thunderclap's okay, right? I mean, and like I said, for a free ability, I think that's pretty good considering the meta this year is literally just green one-timers. So, I mean, I think that's pretty solid. His defensive stats are fine. They're not bad, but they're not amazing either. 90 defensive awareness is fine. Shot blocking's fine at 90 as well as stick checking at 90. But I like Bouchard a lot. I put him at number 2 here, just mainly because of his size. I mean, 6'3", 192 is pretty solid. So let's move on to number 1 now. Number 1, guys, I think is kind of pretty easy. It's William Nylander, guys. I mean, he's 6 foot. 202, so nice build, sniper forward and pinpoint shooting boost. He's got silver elite edges, and his free ability is gold, make it snappy. His skating is unbelievable. I mean, 95 acceleration, 95 speed on his card here. Of course, the max out shot, 99 across the board. Let's put it like this, though, guys. If I didn't have his X Factor card, I would definitely make this card. However, I do have his X Factor card, and of course, that will continue to get upgrades the rest of the year, and that's the only reason why I would say it's probably not something that I would ever make, because again, I'm not going to make Nylander MSP, and then guess what happens, guys? That card will never go past 91, and then his X Factor will eventually go to, 99, or at least close to it, you'd think. So that's why I feel like Nylander, he's number 1, guys. He's number 1. I feel like you can't argue it. His hands are very similar to the rest of the cards. He's the fastest card by far. His shots have also maxed out. He's an amazing card. I mean, he's an absolutely amazing card. I think Nylander is by far the best one here. The other cards are pretty close, but I think Nylander is kind of a nice ways ahead of the other cards here. So for me, those are my rankings. One thing I'm going to say right now, guys, is so I'm interested in making Bouchard personally for my team. But what I would say for you guys, what I would recommend here is, since how the way you do it now is different than like when the game first came out, where you obviously could not wait until the next week to decide if you wanted to make a card or not. That was really silly how, you only had a week to make cards, and if you didn't, make them, you kind of feel like you really kind of got unlucky. So you have 14 days to decide. I would personally wait to see what week 2 looks like, because there's a lot of guys that are still potential that could be really, really fun and good to use, such as Alexander Ovechkin. Austin Matthews could certainly get a card here. I think that's very, very strong possibility that happens. So I would just wait this out, guys. You can, of course, use your collectibles and try to, get like 88 overall, so you can obviously use to, make the cards, even if it's for week 2. I think that's a pretty decent idea. But yeah, I would definitely wait till week 2, if you're unsure, that is. But if you really need one of the cards, guys, I would say if you need a right-handed winger, obviously Nylander is your guy. If you need a defenseman, I'd say probably Bouchard is also your guy. So that's kind of what I think, guys, for the most part, for this week 1. What do you guys think in the comment section down below? Who have you guys made, if you've made anyone so far in the Sharpshooters event? If you guys did enjoy this video, though, if you did, please make sure you leave a like, subscribe if you've not already, follow me on Twitch, Henreek. I'm live there every single day, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Henreek at 3 E's, and I'll see you guys all in the next video.